everybody. I'm coming to you today with a free teacher resource that I have used in my classroom. I may not have used all of the whole lesson plan, but I did use part of it. And I just wanted to share with you all how I implemented it and what activities did I add to it. Let's go first to where you can find this free resource. The free resource is found at mensaforkids.org, and they have several different kind of lesson plans other than this ecology one. Um, but the one that I selected and found so useful in the classroom was this particular one, the ecosystems. It was so cool, and my students really enjoyed learning about it. So let's go ahead and start. I have my own copy here, but I was hoping to show this to you all on the screen. This is geared to fifth grade lesson plans. But however, believe it or not, I used it with children from ages children from grades, second grade all the way to fifth graders. So even though it states fifth grade, you can kind of change it a little bit. If you're with younger children, you can do certain things, and if you're with older children, you can be more detailed. It does give you an introduction, which I found useful. But it goes into a section on explaining what ecosystems are. This is lesson 1. It is the structure and function of an ecosystem. And even though many of us know a lot about ecology, I think that the format that they used was very step by step, very detailed, and I really liked the way they presented it. In this situation, the students are to draw a picture that represents the information in the box on the right. So, for example, I'm going to jump down to the third one. It says ecosystems that are very large or as a series of smaller ecosystems scattered around that have common plants, animals, and qualities are called biomes. So you can go, before you do this lesson, start talking about the different types of biomes, like the tundra, the savanna, different types of biomes, and then you can have them use this section to draw. Now, I know they kind of gave you a small little rectangle for your students to draw, but I mean, if that is an issue, there's always the back of the paper that they can go ahead and use for that purpose. So we go on. The next part actually goes into the different biomes. I like the way they set this map up. They color coded it, and you can go into more detail and actually answer these questions. Now, with my second graders, I did not use this. So I did what I did do maybe that you could do is I selected a YouTube video that discussed biomes. So my goal is to actually to put a link to the video that I did use at the bottom in the description of this video that you will be viewing. So make sure and look at that, and I will also put the link to this particular lesson. If we go further down, it goes on to marine ecosystems. The one that I really enjoyed using was the food chain page. I really did like that. It has a little bit of reading in it, and this is always great to encourage students to read orally in the classroom. There was a page on the water cycle. Frankly, I did not use the water cycle portion because We had already, as a class, done that in another unit on weather. So I did not go into this water cycle. There is a next lesson. This is lesson 2, the challenges of the ecosystem. It even gives you a video right here that you could check on, which I find very useful. You click on it. I'm going to see if it takes me there without my, no, it's not going to do that. It actually went to another tab. I guess if I had put it on opening in the same tab, it would have done that. But regardless, I'm going to go ahead and stop that video. Oh, wait a minute. Can y'all see this? Ooh, maybe so. All right, so this is a short video that tells you about the biomes, which I found very useful. All right, I'm going to pause that. But this is the cool thing about this particular lesson plan. They give you the videos too. So there is also a video available on the United Nations website. So you could go there and click that link. All right. And more questions that you could discuss orally, or you could have your students, depending on the level of your students. You could have them answer the questions independently, but I prefer working with my class as a whole, asking asking questions, seeing what they think, and then writing them on the board where they can actually copy off the board. It just seems to work for our class, and you know what works for your group of students. All right, my favorite lesson of all was lesson 3, food webs. Oh, this was so much fun. We did have a lot of reading, and we did divided up. The students took part in reading part of this lesson. But I had this great food web that you see right here. They also have a reference to a site. I will click on this just so you could take a glance at it. Well, it's saying enable Adobe, so I'm not going to wait for that. But anyway, going back to our lesson. Oh boy, let me go down. Sorry. Um, Okay, so we are on our food web. I really, really love this diagram. It was so colorful, it popped, and students, it just draw their eyes with the different colors, and I actually did print it in color. I know that can be a little expensive for some schools, but you know what? You could do it in black and white and have them highlight it with the different colors. So at the bottom of our food web, all of you know the different types of food webs, but it'll go into detail what each level is. So what I ended up doing after this, there was pictures which were really cute. This is a killer whale. They say, does it have any predators? And no, it does not have any predators. So they can look at their food web diagram and kind of think it through, because each level will tell you you have your decomposers, your primary producers are the plants and algae, and so forth and so forth. I know many of you teachers already have taught this, but those beginner teachers who are still kind of figuring things out, just look at that diagram. It really helps you. And so I took this a step further after doing this. We did an activity that we used different types of lids, actually, to different sizes of lids that I collect. I have a parent who collects these lids for me, and they were able to draw the different food pyramid for that particular animal. And I will hopefully get this to show towards the end of this video so you can hear the children how they would tell me what was eating what. And they really like this. And like I said, I did this from grade 2 to grade 5, and they all did wonderfully with this. So this this chart was a very useful chart for them, but they did have to refer to this diagram. And even for the younger ones, you can do it step by step. Okay, I did not use lesson 4, which involved an ecosystem board game, but it really looks like a lot of fun. I did not have time for this. I'm only limited with some of my students, but they were able to ask questions, and these were the cards that they could cut out. And I thought that would be really great. And they do have extensions, how to build a terrarium in your classroom, buy an ecosphere, do the water cycle game, research El Nino. They have all these links. So I just think that this free resource is awesome. So hopefully I have open you to a new resources that you'll be able to use in your classroom. All right. Well, I'll see you. And don't forget, towards the end of this, I will have some pictures of my students' activity and one where they are speaking about what they did. Happy teaching!